Good, man. I'm good.
Excellent, excellent. Mundell Robinson, how you doing, man? We, your microphone is on mute, Mundell.
I'm absolutely wonderful. Thank you for asking, man. Let's get this show started. How
All
you? How
right,
about
man.
how about
Hey,
yourself though? Before we do,
man, I'm good, man. I'm just living the dream, right? I'm just out here at 8 o'clock in the morning or 8:40. We 8:40 ish is the start time. 8:30 to 8:40 ish. Shout out to everyone who's joining us in the chat room. Be sure to hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Make sure that you're making noise for Clickbaity. Put those acorns up and let's keep everything moving. A couple things that we're watching today. What's happening in Georgia? What's happening with the Biden picks, what's happening with the special runoff here in the state. There's just a lot happening, not to mention all the regular shenanigans that we run into in the everyday life of white supremacy. That said, Marcus, you're following the story of the cars, the issues with cars down in Georgia. I heard about it. I heard two different things about it. What are you hearing about it?
Listen, man. The state of Georgia is trying to. The state of Georgia is trying to make it so that you have to have a car that's registered in order for you to vote. And right, violation of rights when it comes down to registered voters in the state. But it just shows the how far the Republican Party will go, or how far leadership will go in this state to keep people from voting in the state. Now, what you got to understand is this: if you're talking about urban centers, people who take the metro, the MARTA says it, the MARTA use the MARTA system around Atlanta, like Outcasts used to do, right?
Right.
Those are black folks. Those are people of color. Those are brown folks. I mean, so you got to understand something. First, transportation in the South has always been a problem. There has been initiatives that have been ran for years to expand the MARTA program into Gwinnett County, right? And the reason why, and each year, and shout out to Fred Rick. Fred Rick ran the last program, and he did better than a lot of other programs before. But the reason why they won't expand MARTA into Gwinnett County and other places is sort of the same kind of ethos around them trying to have people who only have registered cars, right? And that's
Right.
because organically they look at transportation, getting people around. The matter of fact, the hit pieces that were ran against MARTA expansion in Gwinnett County were things like crime is going to increase because they put a train in the neighborhood, or drug usage will increase. Well, really, realistically, what it is that people will be able to work in the city and live in their neighborhoods, just like
Mm-hmm.
any other metropolitan area in
Right.
America, right? So transportation is always a thing that conservatives don't like people transportation. That's why we haven't seen a nationwide speed rail, right? High speed rail. Same of the reasons. But in Georgia, you know, how that ties back to having registered car owners is because you have to have money to have a car, right? You have to not trust in public transportation. But just because you're taking public transportation does not necessarily mean that you shouldn't have the right to vote. Like that
Wow.
makes absolutely no sense. And to be honest with you, this the most absurd argument that I've ever heard from any state when it came down to people not voting.
Wow. Wow. I'm pulling up the statement that came from here. I'm gonna pull up on the screen so everybody can read it with me as I read it. One second here. All right, which one am I using? This one or this one? All right, we're over here. I don't want to use that one because my screen has a tendency of, let's see. There we go. I want to use this one. All right, let's read it. It says, this is chapter 183, Georgia Election Code, subject 183 1 6, voter registration, table of contents, blah, blah, blah. We'll skip at that. This is for the determination of residency. When reviewing an application for voter registration, the Board of Registrars shall determine an applicant's residency in Georgia using the criteria set forth in OCGA 21-2-217. I'll skip all that code language. I just want to get to the core of what they're saying here. In determining an applicant's residency, the registrar shall review all available evidence, including whether the applicant registered through the Department of Driver Services, whether the applicant included a Georgia's driver's license or state identification number on his or her application, whether that number matched with records on file at the Department of Driver Services. The additional evidence is needed. That additional evidence is needed to determine residency. The registrar may utilize his or her statutory authority in several codes to further evaluate the applicant's residency status using the criteria set forth in several codes, as well as other related statutes. If the registrar cannot determine her satisfaction that the applicant properly resides in Georgia, the registrar shall process the application, mark the applicant as challenged. I'm taking the time to read all this because I don't have enough personal background knowledge on it to speak on like how they even think, how they could even possibly think what they're trying to do here is legal. Now, this is a statement that's attached to the original source for the story, which is Greg Palast. I definitely follow his work, and he has definitely good work. So this is the rest of the statement. In determining residency, the registrar shall consider the criteria set forth in several codes to determine whether the applicant has established a permanent place of abode in the state. The registrar may also consider whether the applicant has a valid driver's license in the state or state identification card, whether the applicant has a motor vehicle registered in this state, whether the applicant has paid the required title ad valorem tax on such vehicle as required upon moving to Georgia, and any other relevant evidence in the discretion of the registrar. All right, so there's a whole lot said in that. It sounds like they're adding more to it. I gotta digest it a little.
In
more.
legal language, it's simple. It's the problem is we require ID to vote in this country at all.
In the first place. That's the problem. Right.
But this is not saying that you have to have a car. I mean, like this is people running away with stuff. It literally says or. It says ID. It says a driver's license or ID. The problem is we need an ID to vote in this country. Well, not in all of this country. In Oregon, you have to opt out of voting. When you're 18, you just vote. In that state, they just send everybody an application, and you have to opt out if you don't want to vote.
Wow.
So this, and there are other states where Washington D.C. is one of them that don't require a voter. A voter to have an ID. So the problem isn't that you have to have a car. This is a misreading of that statute, and it does not say anything about what's mandatory. It tells you this is about discretion, and it says one way to prove residence is to have registered a vehicle. Because right after they says driver license, they also say or ID. And in law, when you says or, that means the opposite. That is a mandatory. So it's not saying that you have to have registered a car. It's saying that's one way to prove residency.
There's a couple of places that have the same exact article, matter of fact, from Greg Palast. And generally, Greg does really good work. So I would too. I would have trusted it just because it came from him. But just reading over that statute, I'm not sure if he took the right takeaway out of this. Or maybe I'm not reading it right myself. Let's see.
Well, I mean, whenever any law says or, that's the opposite. So it doesn't mean it has to say and. Those are and is that's a difference between elements and then So, for instance, when you're trying to determine if someone is an hourly employee or a contract employee, there's there are characteristics of a contracted employee or an employee. If you meet a certain amount, then the judge can say, well, this looks like an hourly employee because it's a certain amount of these characteristics have been met. But there's no real statute that says this is what an hourly employee is. So you take the risk whenever you get past like 4 or 5. Those are called elements. However, when you say or, that means there's something that is true or another something that is true. So that means you have to have an ID or you have to have a driver's license or you can use a vehicle that you registered to vote in the state.
I'm not sure. How is it in what did you say, Oregon, where it's automatically You
Oh, yes,
automatically
there's a
register.
few states like that. They have automatic registration. Once you turn 18, you're automatically registered. They don't ask you. You don't go nowhere. Ain't no polling location. They just mail you a ballot.
So
and
at
you
the
just
end of the
vote.
day, this is still just a part of voter suppression at large, simply because it should be automatic. There's literally no reason voter registration isn't automatic in this country, except to protect white supremacy.
I mean, voter suppression has a target. 25% of African Americans don't have voter ID. Majority of Black people are in the South. So I mean, we already know there are courts that have ruled that have requiring a voter ID. In North Carolina in 2012, I think, when there was a challenge, whenever courts require ID, it disproportionately affect Black voters. I mean, so
by design.
By design. I mean, especially when you allow people to use hunting IDs as proper IDs, but you don't allow people to use school IDs from public schools or private HBCUs. So, I mean, the target is the same, but to say that it requires you to have a registered car is not reading that law correctly.
Right. All right, Mundell, what are you following, man?
I was following, and I told you about the work we're building in Georgia, but I also was following Biden continuing to take off some of his. It's neoliberal war going on over there. Some people from the campaign are ticked off that they didn't get positions, or they're upset about the positions they got compared to outside folk getting positions. So that's pretty funny to me to see the neoliberals go to war about what they think they should be. That's another entitlement argument, or as my good folks say, it's a first world problem. But what just interrupted my day is this idea that slave master Jay-Z is about to do something that I think is absolutely disgusting, and some people may feel different. He's executive producing a movie for Netflix that will make Black men. It's about 40 acres. It's going to make Black men slave masters. So that's the nature of it. Right.
It didn't even register to just now. He's going to make Black men.
He's executive producing a movie where Black men are the slave masters.
It'll be coming out soon, right?
On Netflix.
What's the point of the show
Right.
To say what America is it like a revisionist history of America, or what is it?
I mean, to me, it's just this is the tone deafness between Jay-Z and his client Van Jones. Like they tend to miss the mark all the damn time about what is appropriate. You got, on one hand, you got Michelle Obama tap dancing for Van Jones about how great he is, and then on the other hand, you got Van Jones in the White House hugging and smiling beside COVID King, and his whole crew, and then defending Ann Coulter and his relationship, and talking about how good the Koch brothers are for Black men in prison. So I mean, like this missing of the mark, this not understanding the room, not understanding the time. There's no way if I had that much money Jay-Z doing, I'd be doing a movie right now about Black men being slave masters when white folk are already in a frenzy about their power and the losing of it. So like this to me is not understanding or being disconnected from what your people are suffering from, and also jeopardizing some Black men's lives.
All right, let's play a quick game then, a real quick game. In what context could this actually be good? Can you imagine any context, any storyline or plot line? Like, what would they have to do in this movie to make it good?
Kill it. Then maybe David Chappelle called Netflix like he did about his about them streaming the Chappelle show and telling them not to do it. That's the context I see. I don't know.
It's Tamara said it's a novel written by Dwayne Alexander Smith.
Yeah, back in 2014.
Facebook. Maybe I grab the book and read the book. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Y'all go watch it?
Nah. What about you, Marcus?
I'm gonna watch it.
I ain't watch Harriet.
Morbid.
I ain't watch Harriet because
I didn't watch Harriet either.
They put that fake Black man. First of all, they made her slave master, who became her savior, who killed the Black man who was running around a slave hunter. And people like, this is a true story. I'm like, there were no damn Black man running around hunting slaves. They ain't giving no Black man no gun during slavery. That ain't how it works. So I don't like when people got a whole history, a whole lived experience. I don't need to watch the fabricated ones. Like, why you gotta add a Black man that's hunting Harriet Tubman that ain't real. Like she had a whole lived experience to her story.
Mm. So you compare this to? Go ahead.
I guess I watch them. I guess I watch that nonsense just so I can actually have something legit to point out and claim that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of times what happens is people hear what other people say and form an opinion, right? I don't want to do that, right? I want to get the context with my own lying ass eyes, and then create my own narrative about what happened, even if it's said that things are problematic, right? Like there was this big thing in Hollywood where, Black British actors would be allowed to play American, American, like just characters, right? Whether historical or non-historical, right? If you look at Idris Elba, if you look at Buddy from Star Wars, right? Like
John Boyega.
Yeah, John Boyega, right? And I actually heard some people say, I'm not gonna go watch this movie or that movie because they could have got an American actor, a black actor, to play the role. And I'm like,
right, yeah.
I'm like, what you mean? You're not gonna see a whole ass movie because the brother's from another country? Like, what happened to the African diaspora? But
that got the boot not too long ago, man. The diaspora was inconvenient for certain political perspectives. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I mean, we don't have to go there this morning, man.
Right, we taking on everything.
Yeah, but on the same token, like, if y'all two brothers don't want to watch it, I'll go ahead and take the heat and then give a breakdown of it, and then y'all can just clown me if I said there was enjoyable moments.
I hear people say the same thing that Marcus said about Harriet. So I don't think that's a clowning point. I think that's a good perspective. Plus, I know some flaming liberals that listen to Rush Limbaugh just to criticize them guys for some stuff.
Oh, you do that too, Marcus, don't you? You watch.
I know some people. I know some flaming liberals that are on Parler.
Yeah, I'm on Parler too.
I know. That's why I said that.
I'm on Parler, and I hate listening to what is it? The Patriot on Sirius XM.
Oh, okay. Oh, you put yourself through that.
Listen, no, I don't, bro. Like, you gotta understand, is not putting myself through that. Okay, for the first time in 7 months.
Oh, they're probably melting the hell down right now.
Oh yeah, no, right. So for the first time in 7 months, and what's the boy name? D'Souza?
Yeah, Dinesh
D'Souza. He was getting interviewed by, I guess it was Sean Hannity or something like that. Mm-hmm. And Dinesh is the only conservative that really can just, and I will openly say this, just piss me off. He's the only one. The rest of them are silly, because Dinesh's main form of conservatism is he wants to attack everything that kills black people as fair.
Yes.
Right. So he's the only guy that will go through every single murder of an unarmed black man and go through the reason why they deserve to get killed. Right. And that takes a special kind of asshole. Right. That takes a special kind of. So for the first time in 6 months, after hate listening to Sirius's conservative channel, I finally got mad this weekend when I heard that interview. But other than that, it's just very funny listening to the meltdown. So I mean, I guess back to the point of what Mondo was watching. Yeah, I do watch all the problematic stuff just to see if it's, if what the hubbub is, bub.
But I mean, but in my spirit, Ben, Marcus, I'm problematic anyway, like as it pertains to like movies and shit. Like, just because like my view, like I went to Black Panther and saw it 8 times and hated it. Hated the narrative of it. But it was an all beautiful black cast and a beautiful movie, but the narrative was disgusting. Like, if you think about like what it said about Black Americans, if we're talking about diaspora, like that movie was horrible for the Black American experience and the way they showed us. Like we were not strategic in that movie. We were unable, especially the black man was unable to love. Like they had the black parents, the Black American parents absent in the movie. It was just a bad look. Black Panther was a.
Wait, are you remember the movie correctly? Because
I'm
the
absolutely
parents,
removing it.
Which
No.
parents were absent?
Did you ever see T'Challa's? I mean, did you ever see Killmonger's mother?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
He was the black. His dad is African. His dad was of royalty descent, right? His dad was his linkage to Africa.
Okay.
And he wasn't. He was a force in his life till he was killed, right?
Mm.
But his mother, I don't know who his mother was at all.
Did he say his mom died?
Nah, I didn't hear that at all.
I feel like they did say that.
Nah.
I mean, I know we haven't done a review of the Black Panther, so you know what I mean. I don't think it's as bad as Mondale said.
So let me.
He ain't the only one that feels that way though. A lot of people feel that way.
Do. Yeah.
I mean, but think about it. But then I mean, like after that, Killmonger, the American, not strategic. He don't want to take the vibranium and do anything good with it. He want to destroy the world, and then so much so that they let the white CIA agent help show the white CIA agent saving Africa. And Killmonger trying to destroy it. And he was the only American. And the only person that loved him in the movie, other than his father, was who? The woman that he shot in the heart. His girl. That movie was bad.
I forgot. Why did he shoot her? I forgot why he shot her.
Because the white guy was trying to use him against him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's just showing us as unstrategic, angry black men trying to destroy the world. And then what was T'Challa's cure for America's black problem?
We're gonna
open up nonprofits.
Bro, let me tell you now.
Nonprofits.
That was the part.
Hey, hold on.
We all agree there.
I promise you, T'Challa was at a CBC function. I promise you. Hey, T'Challa got his own table at the Phoenix Award Gala, bro.
He was there,
bro.
Let us be clear real quick. Somebody's gonna snap. We are not talking about the acting on our dear brother Chadwick's.
Absolutely
we're not talking about that. We're talking about the movie. The horrible accents and the movie.
Accents were right. The power of the Black Panther. The Black Panther.
It's your buddy.
We will now remove the power of the Black Panther.
Hey, honestly, the best character on there was Killmonger, and the best statement that was made was, "Is this your king?
Is this your king?" I like that one, but I like my man better. My man in the woods. I mean, in the mountains. Silence, colonizer, or I'll feed you to my kids.
M'Baku.
Yeah.
It is challenge D.
Hey, see, now that we bringing it up, I ain't got my Funkos out no more because y'all done clown me. But I had every single character up behind me at one point, and y'all never said a damn word.
Bro, I mean, we can't see them though. I can't see what you got. Yeah, it's kind of blurred out. But
I know. But today I got Lando, and I got Trading Spaces Eddie Murphy.
Oh, what? Okay, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
I do.
When he was I have no legs.
So if everybody in the chat room is saying that his mother died in prison, I wonder if that's a part of the movie or is that just canon?
Well, no. Nick Eden said his mother was in jail.
Okay. And she was in jail and she died in prison.
Look at there. I mean, come on now. That ain't problematic. That's how they said. That's the only representation of the rest of everybody else that's black in that movie was from where?
Bro, but what?
From where?
You know, I mean, that is perfect Disney canon, though. If you think about Disney has not done black folks any favors, right?
Like, that's just facts, yeah.
I mean, okay, if you think about the Princess Frog, okay, right. now I'm gonna go.
She can't give it a black man.
I'm gonna go too deep.
Nah, do it, bro.
But I gotta say it, and this ain't against interracial relationships, but you know, the only black on black relationship that was successful on the Disney franchise is Two Lions.
The Lion King, bro.
It's Beyonce and Donald Glover.
Wow.
Because the Frog King, think about it, man. The Frog Princess, man. She, you know,
the Princess Frog.
Princess Frog. She ended up getting with a European brother.
That's right. Yeah, that was my beef with that movie. I'm like, we're so excited about a black princess. We can't have a black prince. Has Disney ever done a black prince?
Absolutely not. And they will not.
You absolutely.
No, they
They'll
have
put your,
now.
they'll put your big blue black
wait a minute.
your big blue black ass in the
Wait a
jar.
minute. Wait a minute. They have. Hold on. They did a whole, and this is what they use Black Panther for now. Black Panther is used for proxy. So do we? The real question is do we buy into the proxy usage of the Black African roots?
Now pause. I would have bought into it if Killmonger won.
I don't listen.
But I'm just problematic.
I think. I don't think I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Killmonger, to be honest with you. Like, I love his energy, his radicalism, and he was just the dopest character in the whole ass movie. I think he had a strategy. I think his strategy was just wrong. But I think he had a strategy.
Destroy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, let's not get into it. There's plenty of us who would love to return in kind for white supremacy.
Oh yeah, that's why Jay-Z's making this movie, to make us targets.
That came nice and full circle right there.
Killmonger was Killmonger was going to murder his way to reparations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally said, I mean, like, see,
but what's more scarier than that, though? Like honestly, what's more scarier than a black person acting like a European from the 1700s?
Or last week?
Yeah, this morning, shit. Yeah, damn, Proud Boys. What's scarier than black men going out there
acting like white men?
Like white men. It's terrifying. I think that's one of the number one
with
reasons.
vibranium.
Well, I was transitioning over to the real world. That's one of the reasons they fear us so much, man. But back to the question I had though, are we down with Black Panther being a proxy for a black prince in Disney's lexicon or whatever they have, their catalog?
I mean, I think it fits the narrative. My thing about the Panthers, the legacy, or the entire like kingdom, it just reminds me of the bourgeoisie that believe in the talented 10th. And I mean, I mean, like I laugh and joke about the prince and princess thing. It's cute to tell, young ladies and young boys that they're princes and prince. I get nervous when people grow up calling each other kings and queens all the time, because it's like I don't support the sister who was a ruler in Africa that used some of her subject as stools. That ain't nothing to brag about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're still sitting on a human's back. So I still argue that, the idea that princes and princesses and prince go up to be kings and queens who subjugate people, and I'm not okay with that. I think that is problematic. Did we lose Ben?
No, I'm here. I just had to make some black
Mondale, I agree with the negativity, but I also think that a lot of, well, first off, if you center what the Europeanized class system, then kings and queens become more important, right? And what I don't like is, what I'll say is like this right here. The only people that have been elevated, and not even elevated as high as, Henry VIII or Richard III or whatever, right? Like out of Europe. Our canon for, and I guess our historical canon for, if that's even a word, for black kings and queens, first off, they tried to take all of Egypt away from us, acting like Kemet wasn't the thing. Right. And what I mean by that is the Egyptian kings and queens and pharaohs were not light-skinned people. Right. They were black as hell. Right. But you think that they all look like, Jennifer Lopez, no offense, or much lighter people, much Europeanized people, because I don't want to use a Puerto Rican sister. I mean, we don't talk about the warrior queens, and we don't talk about Shaka Zulu at a high level, right? And that's not a Disney movie. A Disney movie is not a movie where Leopold comes to Africa, gets his ass kicked by one tribe. That movie has never came out, right? So make that a Disney movie. Then maybe make a real historical.
Well, they're never gonna talk about Leopold and how disgusting that is. Like that story, that Leopold II, King Leopold II, is the trash of human existence. And I don't.
Let's talk about it, Mondale. Let's talk about it then. Go ahead. We got a little time.
So King Leopold was the king of this broke ass country that people don't know was a broke country. It's called Belgium. He was cousins to French king at the time, and because he was super poor and his people were super poor, and him being jealous, he wanted to figure out a way to get rich, not make it. Listen to what I said. To get rich, not make his country rich. So what King Leopold did was something nobody else did. King Leopold hired this shady so-called what do you call it? People to trek through different countries, adventurers, whatever you call them, explorer. And he's basically used a missing British evangelical as the reason that they were going through Africa. They were looking for. Have you ever heard of this? The saying, Dr. Livingstone, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a real doctor. Dr. Livingstone was a real doctor who fell in love with the continent of Africa. He spent all of his time like exploring the jungles. And King Leopold used his family's like need to find out where he was on the continent as a way to explore Africa and take over. He didn't explore Africa. For Belgium to take over, which is bad in itself. This bastard stole Congo for himself. He didn't give it to Belgium. King Leopold until the 60s, Congo was owned by a white man in Belgium, or it became, passed down. This is why all the towns were named Leopold. And people don't know this. Until King Leopold, nobody had been in the interior of Africa. No country, no white country had been into the interior. It was him that went into the interior of Africa. And because there was so much water running through the Victoria, the way they were able to do it was they stole black folk, made them take a cargo ship up hard and carry it on their backs up the river because the water ran the wrong way. I'm not lying to you. Ran up the river. And what they found out was Congo had something that was extremely important. Rubber. They had rubber trees. However, extremely brutal product to farm. And they eventually put black folk to work to make King Leopold extremely wealthy, one of the wealthiest people ever. Now you see Belgium, you go to Belgium and enjoy all these beautiful buildings, knowing that it is the introduction of Europe into the interior of Africa for the gains of one white man who was thirsty and hungry just because his cousin had more money than him. Disgusting whiteness is what King Leopold is.
My dog came with the knowledge. I just want to point out something real quick. The K knowledge, right? Not silent K, the loud K. Thank you, Mondale, for explaining that. The reason why I wanted to bring it up is like this right here. It's a very interesting point. When we look at who's the worst enemies of the planet, we always say Hitler first, right? You know why Hitler? Here go that black guy. You know why Hitler was is perceived as such an evil person and Leopold is not? Because Hitler killed white people.
Facts. We talked about this yesterday.
Y'all would have learned about Leopold a long time ago if he hadn't been killing Europeans.
Facts, man. We literally talked about this yesterday. How the humanity we don't see Africans. Anybody? They take any school. I said this yesterday. Take any school massacre in any country in Africa, and it will not blip on the radar. Doesn't matter context. It doesn't matter who did the killing. It just will not. It will not even make the radar on the news here in this country. But let somebody in a Parisian cafe get gunned down by someone who looks like a terrorist or sounds like a terrorist or is affiliated with terrorism, according to how we define it here in this country. Well, it's all over the news, right? The children, black children, are less valuable in terms of American empathy than grown-ass adults. That just kind of tell you, like, that's why we would not have heard of Leopold versus Hitler.
And then they act like Marcus said something real. I mean, like people will tell you, oh, Mundell and Marcus and Ben are talking about ancient history. Leopold was living with my grandmother, not my great grandmother, right? Dude was king of Belgium and ruled Congo in my grandmother's life. Now she was a young child, but still. Think about that. My dad's mother was alive. My dad's dad was a human, not a idea, a human on this earth. The same time this bastard existed and did all what he did. This ain't no ancient history. You know what I'm saying? That's 2-3 generations ago. And people pretend that, Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there before I get myself in a whole lot of trouble talking about
All right.
America's tolerance for Black death and Black pain and how they revisit it, and they'll name bridges and
They love our
yeah.
suffering, boy.
Mm.
It becomes from the side of the equation that likes inflicting the suffering to those people who love sitting in aghast at our suffering with their glass of wine in their hand, right? They say, "Oh, I can't believe." Well, anyway, you're right.
I mean, there's a county called Jeff Davis County in Georgia.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Or
Like
the
a whole
highway.
county. And
Right.
understand something. That county is not going away anytime soon. Right?
Period.
The name of that county ain't going away anytime soon. They name schools Nathaniel B. Forrest. they name high schools Forrest High School.
Yep.
Right.
Right?
That's serious.
Right? Like, so, it's
Or
imprinted.
Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Or there's a big stone structure in right outside of Atlanta called Stone Mountain. We don't talk about this much, but Stone Mountain, on the side of Stone Mountain,
Big as
actively
life.
for you to see hundreds of square miles around is a sign, is the Confederate monument that's blasted onto the side of Stone Mountain. Can you even believe that this was even an argument that should be stone blasted, like whitewashed off the side of that mountain? Yeah, I said it. Why? Because I mean, hey, I agree, man. We should have replaced it with Outkast. Outkast,
Wow.
Goody Mob. We should replace that Stone Mountain. We should knock it all down and replace it with a big old picture of Outkast, Goody Mob. Who else? I can think of so many.
Shit.
Hank Aaron. Come on.
Any random,
So,
anybody, man, is better than that.
I mean, people are asking, if the comparison, it's not comparing Leopold to Hitler. It's literally saying that if you know Hitler's name and what he represents, you should definitely know Leopold's name, because actually the phrase crime against humanity was coined to describe how he treated the Black people in Congo. Literally coined. They're saying like 10 million folk, right? 1 to 15 million markets or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's
No, it was way more death.
yeah.
Caused by Leopold and Hitler.
1 to 15 million, bro. And the people and authorities are really saying it's about 10 million people that were murdered. So people don't talk about the slave trading in full context when they talk about the number of people died on the way across the water. What about the ones that didn't make it across the water, who died because of slave labor on the continent by Europeans? Folks don't talk about that. Same system.
Well, I mean, because it instantly does the math. The math, you can't know about the amount of Black death that is ignored by Western civilization, quite frankly, and not automatically do the math and say, oh, you mean about 1 million Black folks are worth the lives of about 10 white folks. Certain stages of history, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's heavy.
We're not on Twitch. We're not live streaming on Twitch. I hear you. We maybe we should get there, but we're not on Twitch. That's why you can't find us over there. Somebody said he's looking for us on Twitch. Marcus is on Twitch.
Yeah.
Old man politics.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We're at 38 minutes in. Let's take a break and tell everybody where they can find us at. We might even play our music. Let's play our theme song that was created by the brother. But Mundell, tell everybody where they can find you at and what you got going on.
Mundell Robinson everywhere on social media. And Black Man Voters Project everywhere on social media. Well, we just right now we're canvassing. Even though it snowed last night in Atlanta, we're still going out and canvass today.
It was cold as hell this morning. I tell you that,
cold, bone chilling. But we're canvassing. So if you're making bib, you see some of my canvassers, treat them nice. Don't offer them no drinks. We got rules not to drink with y'all. Don't invite them in. Let them do their work.
That's what's up. Marcus, where can everybody find you and what you working on?
RestorativeRoots.net. Go sign up. Marcus for America on Instagram and Twitter. That's Marcus #4 America, Instagram, Twitter. And Marcus Farrell on Facebook and Old Man Politic on Twitch. Also, make sure you follow Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Facebook, Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Instagram, and see Thirst Trap on Twitter, and also Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on Patreon. Yeah, we love your support, Patreon members. We're growing. Our family is growing. Clickbaity team is growing, and we do it all not for the culture, to make sure that we all get free. And I personally believe, and I think these two other brothers personally believe, that when black folks get free, America gets free.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I think that's the truest thing. Period. You can't have progress in the black community without it being progress for every damn community. Period. That's just how it is. Y'all know where to find me, at Benjamin P. Dixon on Twitter. And let's go. I want to play this clip. I want to do this. What screen are we at? We over here? Nope. I don't know why it just doesn't go to the right one. Actually, no, we are here. All right. This is our theme song, y'all. Let's bop for a second. The title of today's episode is Defund the Police Episode 2.
Wait. I said I would do this. You got to bring up the song, man. Defund the Police National Anthem.
Here we go. Let's listen to
it. So hashtag Trap Squad, we love you. And Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap can almost guarantee you that we believe in defunding the police and not abolishing them, mother.
Mundell, give us the backdrop on the story that you're following.
Man, per the words of a grieving grandmother now, Devon Gregory, who was 18 years old last night, now he's no longer with us, was leaving his job at McDonald's, picked up by his two cousins in a car. Officers stopped the car at supposedly a routine traffic stop, which also means a life-threatening incident for black men, if you ask me. Their side of the story, they said they were trying to de-escalate. We know better than that. A neighbor said one shot rang out, and then all of a sudden it was 37 shots.
You think a 6-month training program is going to stop cops from killing black people when they have inherent biases against black men across the nation, black men and women across the nation? They look at us like we are extra strong and extra big. They look at us like we can lift cars. They look at us like we can, take our handcuffs off in the back, right, and shoot ourselves in the head. They look at us like we're gonna murder a whole neighborhood when we're riding our bike down the street. They look at us crazy when we're just jogging, because for some strange reason, if we're jogging, we're either running towards something problematic or running away from something that we did. So yeah, this is the Defund the Police episode number 2. This is the Defund the Police episode number 2. This is the Defund the Police episode number 2. Watch it, Defund the Police. Don't reform the police.
All right. All right, folks. We just want to drop that. That's the Riddler. Hang on a second. Let me find a place to cut my volume down. The Riddler villain on SoundCloud, at the Riddler on YouTube. On Twitter. Anyway, just wanted to break up the monotony and play that song. And then I want to go get the original. I like the first one. The first Defund the Police one. I like the hook on that one. But this one was fire too. So, and somebody said in the chat room that we need to pay that brother. We absolutely are going to pay that brother the whole, all the super chats from Friday, right?
Hold on. The brother,
whatever day that was.
That brother told us to keep the money. He did this for the culture.
Oh, he said keep it?
Yeah, he said keep it. He said keep it multiple times. He said, I don't want the money. I'm doing this because y'all have an awesome show.
Oh, man. So then we're going to donate that money to a mutual aid in his honor. We're going to do that.
There you go.
Appreciate it. All right, man. What else is going on in the news? Felicity Huffman.
Somebody thought they were funny. Somebody thought they were being funny in the chat room and said, how is that defunding the police work out for you? I'll answer that directly. It's not working out. But you know what else? Abolishing slavery when slavery was alive was a statement that people like you said, how's that working out for you? And guess what? History. Being on the right side of history sometimes is more important than having a convenient conversation that's good for you and your masters, right? So I'd much rather have the conversation that my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren can look back on this show and be like, hey, you know what? It wasn't popular then, but it's right. You know what was an unpopular conversation? Black folks trying to vote. That was a popular conversation. Hell, it wasn't even polling that well in black communities. So,
Wow.
so what are you talking about, right? Like, no one ever said in redlining, right? Because we were all in love with Truman, right? Like, no one ever said, we need to do things about, ending crack disparities, right? You know why? Because the CIA was actively putting crack in our neighborhoods, and yeah, that's a fact. You can look it up; it's a fact, right?
Yeah.
So when we say defund the police, it's not about your feelings, and it's not about your talking points. And it's not about whether John Ossoff or Warnock or any Democrat, whether you are AOC, if you like it or you don't like it. Defund the police and put resources into the community is just that. It's just that, right? Like, so just because, your moderate sensibilities are hurt don't mean that we got to be on the wrong side of history.
Facts.
God, man.
Facts. Real quick, just for the culture, this one is really short. This one's really short. I'm gonna play this one because why not?
So you put these resources in the black community, you automatically reduce crime, and therefore you're putting the police out of business. But number two,
y'all go
it's
follow
just
this man on SoundCloud.
Money is power in our system, and the police patrol powerless people. Punk ass pig police patrol powerless. Punk ass pig police patrol powerless. Punk ass pig police patrol powerless people. Period. Punk ass.
That's beautiful. Fuck ass police protect powerful people.
Y'all tweet that shit out. Police
PPP.
patrol powerless people. Wow, that's a hell of a lyric. Come on. Too many studies from Harvard, from Princeton, from Yale that shows that crime is an economic phenomenon. Where you have poverty, you have increase.
I tell y'all what, he may not want the money, but what y'all can do is go to that man's SoundCloud page and follow him on soundcloud.com/Riddlord-villain. Riddlord, RIDDLORE-villain. Go follow him on SoundCloud and show him some love. So anyway,
hey man, our likes are low.
Our lights are low.
Yeah.
All of our lights.
Our likes.
Oh, our likes. Oh, hey man, y'all get them likes up. What's going on? What's going on over there? What's our ratio? How many people watching live?
I think it's 750 and it's like 269. I got to refresh and see how many people have liked it. And then, of course, if you're driving, please don't pull over and like us.
Yes, don't pull over. What in the hell is going on? We got 750 people watching and 297 likes. But if you're driving, stay focused on the road. Anyway, so I'm following Felicity Huffman, the actress who is already being offered an acting gig after what did she plead guilty to trying to bribe these schools. I don't know if any of you guys remember that.
Yeah, is she gonna play her own criminal ass?
She about to become the face of the prison criminal justice reform. They're gonna censor her white ass. She's gonna be the most oppressed person and understand everything about the criminal justice system, even though she's laying in a fucking golf cart bed with a private room where they feed her steak. I can't stand this shit.
Do they feed? What are they? Are they feeding her grapes, Mondale?
Yeah, grape colored steaks. Like
the oppression.
This is ridiculous, bro. This is Kim Kardashian going to Donald Trump talking about free one person, and then people be like, Kim Kardashian is the face of criminal justice reform, and it's like Kim Kardashian ain't.
Nobody else existed before her.
The work, right? Like, and then it's like, and she's problematic. Like, criminal justice reform don't need to be reformed on the individual level. We appreciate that sister coming home, absolutely, because she was over sentenced. We know that. Ooh, however, that is not criminal justice reform.
No. He's talking about the work that Kim Kardashian. Yeah.
Felicity Huffman need to have her ass under the jail. Because let me tell you something. Yeah. You see what they did to the sisters in Florida who were helping the kids on the test? They got 20 years, bro.
Right. Remember that?
Make that make sense.
Right.
Make that make sense.
Well, man. Yeah. So first off, she was undercharged, and for her to even get offered just shows you how this reeks of the privilege that.
That's the thing.
It just reeks of it, right? And then for her to be the face of it and actually say something like, I did my time and just like, I mean, like, listen. Again, if a black woman had pulled the same thing off on a lower college,
Yeah.
you dig what I'm saying? On a lower tiered school, let it be a HBCU that happened to, and they found out about it. That black woman would still be in jail right now.
Yeah.
But we can't have.
But for the love of God, please don't try to bribe the HBCUs. They want you to come there. But go ahead, Marcus. I know your point.
Yeah, that's right.
Your point remains. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fucked up, man.
Like, no, we need y'all to go to the HBCUs. You ain't got to bribe us. We'll pay you.
Yeah, and it's a trip because our soccer teams be upsetting they soccer teams all the time. Why? Because we go and get like brothers and sisters from the Caribbean who've been playing their whole life.
We will confine you.
How did Duke lose the FAMU?
bro, it's because we get some hella recruiting done. But your point still remains though. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take us on a tangent.
Nah, you got me thinking.
No, but that's just the thing. Like, black folks cannot get away with. See, I'm predisposed to automatically think you could not actually believe you were going to get away with that, right? That's just, I look at her and I say, how the hell do you think you could get away with this stuff? Well, they having a totally different perspective on life because white folks been getting away with shit in this country forever. So of course they thought they could get away with this because now she has gotten away with it and she's going to make money better now than she did before she got caught.
It takes a presidential pardon for a black person to get out. That's but I mean, it seems like just yesterday that lady was going to jail.
Right. It comes by so quick, man.
And she's out now?
She's done. And
Wait, pause.
Let me Google.
I know for a fact that all three of us as black men got homies in jail, right?
Yeah. Well,
and they've been in jail. And
for a
they're
long time,
still in jail.
Right. She was in jail shorter than we've been in COVID, bro. I feel like, hang on, let's see. Felicity Huffman, jail time. Because I can't remember, like, if I don't even think she did time, to be honest with you. She's the one that took the plea deal. She took the plea deal. It was Aunt Becky who didn't take the plea deal. Yeah. Wait a minute. Hang on. You might be right. Hang on. I'll say this is back and forth for Felicity Huffman, who has been keeping a low profile since her incarceration. Yeah. All right. So she's done. She did her time and she's done. So I had it all backwards, but she took her time and now she's back acting. She's good to go. She's not gonna have to go. She's not gonna have to do all kinds of stuff to get her rights back. She could just pay her attorney.
She ain't never lost no rights.
Exactly.
She probably there. Listen,
She probably
she's a
voted
white
from
woman.
prison.
Ben, she's a white woman. What are you saying? Are you trying to get us canceled for real? Keep on. Keep on.
She probably voted from prison.
Marcus, they turned the prison into a voting booth for her.
Right.
Bro.
It was a precinct. The candidates came to see her and had a we were actually trying to do that in California. You know, California was trying to make it so prisoners can vote. So we were people incarcerated, not prisoners. Sorry about that. I apologize. We were trying to set up where candidates had to do town halls to the candidates, to the people in incarcerated. I think that's a dope idea, especially when I'm working with candidates. I'm like, yo, if it's a large jail population, you should have your ass down in the jail population talking to those voters down there or potential voters about why they need to vote for you.
Hey, she was in there throwing a fundraiser.
She was in
For
there
11 days, bro. They
guess
said
what the name
in
of
the
the
chat
fundraiser
room.
was?
What?
Save my daughter.
Jesus Christ. Fund my college education for
No.
my daughter.
No. She can't go to college now because it's gonna be too stressful for her life. So just give her a fund my daughter, like life, like fund my daughter life.
Yeah,
Wow.
she gonna be acting soon.
And let me tell you how we know white America do it. Where's that boy that went across the state line with a gun to kill somebody? Killed two somebodies and
Out
gravely injured
chilling
somebody
on bail.
at home. And there's
Chilling on
something.
bail. $2 million
some-
bail they came up with.
There's a kid in Selma, Alabama. Where you from, Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Been in jail for 6 years because they can't pay a couple $1,000.
Bro, how much they need, man?
$2,000, bro.
Can we? I mean, can we pay it?
Yeah. Let's play that real quick.
I'm with it. I mean, when we were down there, we paid some people to get out when we were on the bus tour. But it's so sad when you go down. There's so many brothers literally in Selma's jail. People ain't, bro. First of all, what happened to the right to a speedy trial?
Right.
Most of the stuff you're gonna get tried for ain't even 6 years. I know people who murdered folk got less than 6 years, bro. That man is sitting in jail, ain't charged with nothing for 6 years.
Wow.
That's over money.
Hey,
Over money, fam.
If you got some more information on that, maybe we can.
I can get you in touch with a lawyer down there.
Yeah, maybe we can start doing something around that one.
Yeah, because if it's a couple G's, man, we'll come. I think we could raise that today. Let's find out. Let's find out what it is. We get them out. But your point remains, right? Your point remains is that's how we're treated disparately. The disparate treatment of black folks in the system. I'm just looking at this celebrity profile picture of Jennifer Huffman, and she's gonna be good. Her life. This was good for her career. This was good for her goddamn career. Meanwhile, black folks are just rotting away in prison, or didn't even make it to prison. Sometimes going to prison means you survived your encounter with the police.
Yeah, she's gonna be all right.
I promise you, she probably had no handcuffs on, right? And if they did, they were covered with like pink feathers. And man.
Somebody said she got street cred now. So her 11 days in, she's gonna go to all of the reunions when COVID is over, and she's gonna talk like she's from the streets, like she did that, like she shaved her head off.
Jigga gonna put her in a movie.
Sponsored by Martha Stewart.
What role was she?
She gonna play Martha Stewart in Martha Stewart's Hard Life Story, the Hard Not Lives of Martha Stewart.
That is
starring.
No, but what role would she play? We're gonna get in real trouble here. Be careful with this question. What role would she play in Jay-Z's new Slave movie coming out? She
gonna be the black. She gonna be one of the black men that own the plantation.
Goddamn, Mondale. That was good, actually. That was great. Jesus Christ. That's good. That's good, man. That's great. I fucking Oh man.
Hey, hold on. Hey, you know YouTube gonna flag us for Mondale having that CNN sign behind him. Let him. Hey, put him on the screen. Put him on the big screen.
There you go.
We gotta
see what flag us for.
You gotta see this beautiful background of Mondale.
It's my view.
Looking like Don Lemon with an afro.
Man, this guy sounded like Don Lemon.
Like
Say CNN is MNN. MNN.
Hey, Chipmunk National Network behind you right there.
Chipmunk National Network.
They are rolling. The audience is rolling.
We literally listen.
Hey,
they're
Van Jones about to come up next in the next segment.
They share their office with a hotel, and it is what it is. So that's the view of my room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got to do a fist fight with Van Jones for that room.
Bro, if Van Jones was here, we would be in a fist fight for something else. It wouldn't be this room. It'd be for him mucking up black manage. You hear that? I just made up a word. Black manage.
One law on YouTube sent in $20, said bail the young man out, brothers. Trap Squad. We will. We're gonna come back to you guys.
It's not a young man. It's young men.
Men. Yeah.
It's young men.
Yeah. Once I mean, and then I guess we just gotta start somewhere. So anyway, when we get more information, we'll have it organized what we're gonna do so that it's organized.
And also, let us not pretend that we are, we're literally simply trying to help, right? There's an attorney who's fighting this tooth and nail, and if anybody know anything, their clients, attorneys can't be bailing out their client. They can't give their clients money to bail. It's just a ethical thing. Her husband was a elected official. He was a state senator Sanders. Her name is Rose Torre. She's responsible for the Jubilee. That's why I first met her. That was my relationship. She's an attorney. Rose Torre, married to State Senator Sanders, whose daughter is also the state senator for that district now in Selma, Alabama. She actually puts on the Jubilee every year well, she used to, but now her daughter took over for Selma. So what people call the National Remembrance of the Bridge Crossing. She was like single-handedly organizing that for so many years. Then it became a spectacle when, Barack Obama and all of those people started coming down there. It used to be a space for organizers to go and rejuvenate themselves before it became a spectacle. Her, I, and Winnie Mandela marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. I saw sisters my age and younger. This was 2009, dropping out of the race because their feet were hurt. And Winnie Mandela had on kitten heels, 80-some years old, and walked the whole way. And I was just like, they don't make us like they used to, bro.
Wow.
They don't make that woman and smiled the whole time.
That's the.
Have you walked across Edmund Pettus yet?
Yes, when I was young, but not in my adult life. When I was younger, we went back to Selma and walked across it one time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think I would implore our viewers to just take a day to do Montgomery, Selma, like just do the whole thing. I would ask our viewers to like go to the EMI museum, right? I don't want to call it the lynching museum, but basically that's what it is. And then go and drive around Montgomery. Montgomery, outside of Charleston, Montgomery was the hub for slavery in America. People don't know that. Montgomery was where, they would go to Charleston, and then they would go all the way around Florida and come up to Montgomery, man. And that's where slaves would go, or they would trail, or they would just, take the trail and put us on the back of, carts and sell us in right downtown Montgomery, right? I mean, and some of those images haven't changed since they did it.
Marcus, one real quick. Crom mocks you on Twitter. On YouTube, rather. That's the name. Crom said, "I ain't traveling anywhere. Sorry." Well, obviously, this man is talking about after COVID. Come on, folks.
Dude, yeah, I'm not. I mean,
I just want to say that because obviously we do know that.
No, stay safe, man. Stay safe. But I guess I'm optimistic that one day this will be over and you can go traveling again, right?
Yeah.
And even if you do decide to go right now, protect yourself, even though you don't need to be going anywhere. Like, I have many pictures on my Instagram account about me traveling around with a gas mask on. Mondale be clowning me.
Bruh. Yeah, I mean, and also there are ways to say you can travel safely. You can get in an RV, rent an RV, and everything you need is self-contained. Like and your immediate family can drive to where Marcus is talking about. And be in your RV and stay in your RV. So there's ways you can do it safely.
That bathroom situation in the RV really
and some of the
fixes a lot of the problems.
Yeah. If you think about something, man, some of them RVs, bro, them Jones is 2-bedroom Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ones with the buttons that you push and they spread out like they got wings.
Man, I might pack up and do the rest of this
Just rent an
season,
RV.
the rest of this year from
that'd be great
from the
education
RV.
for the kids, man.
Do it.
Drive around the goddamn country in the RV.
Take them out west on the RV. Take them, you know what I'm saying, to the Grand Canyon. There's so much of this country that you can see that's wide open.
God damn, what am I talking about? I'm trying to start a goddamn company. Never mind. Let me shut up. But it sounded good for a second though. It sounded like life. It sounds like life. All right. Where else are we? We are at an hour in. We're going to stop a little bit earlier today just because of commitments that we have immediately after this. We have 874 people watching us across all the platforms.
Shout out to 874 people.
Be sure to click the like, the share, and the subscribe.
Wait a minute.
If I can get it out.
Wait, why can't people see Marcus' book club over there? What is going on? I just
His
really,
book club?
Really?
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Let me take
Move the cup. Move the cup.
How hard is that to move though? You know what I'm talking about?
Move that cup though, real quick. Let me see something. Look. Can you zoom in on that, Ben?
No, I can't. I can't. Well, actually, maybe I can. Hang on.
Well, if you just put markers up there, maybe I don't know.
I'll show you the books that I got up.
Well, I like them in that order so I can make a sentence out of it.
I got.
Cause look, if you read it the way it's look up there, it says Barack Obama becoming Michelle Obama. Yo, we wish.
Hang on. Let me see if I can do something here. Hang on. I'm gonna zoom. Can I zoom in? Oh! I gotta zoom on this thing. Hang on. I gotta zoom. and we can pan down. All right, so you're saying Barack Obama becoming Michelle Obama. What is? All right, we got to zoom in right there. We got the camera on you. What you showing us now, Marcus?
The Funkos.
Funkos, the Trading Places joint, right? I have no legs.
I can't believe it. My legs are back. I can walk.
Lando. So today is Star Wars and a little bit of Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean?
That?
And the old school Lando Calrissian.
Who's that?
Billy D. Williams.
From Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
That boy don't know that.
Mundell like, yeah, no, absolutely. All right, yeah.
Great. Love my favorite character on Star Wars. Mars.
I mean, well, like, how many other black characters are on Star Wars?
I-
At least the original.
I mean, you got James. Earl.
Is that the one with Chewbacca?
Well, you had his voice. Oh, speaking of, the Darth Vader passed away.
Yeah, Darth Vader
The
character
actor,
passed away.
the guy who's in the bodysuit, passed away yesterday.
James Earl Jones?
No,
The guy
no,
who was in the bodysuit,
who was actually on the film, not the voice.
not the voice.
Wait. So James Earl Jones
Was
is the
not the
voice, but
body.
not the character. Shut up.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
So
you knew
wait.
that.
No, on my mother I didn't. Let me ask you a question.
He
So
would've made too
in
much
order,
money.
that is so. Wait, I'm so confused. So this guy, I'm assuming because James Earl Jones was too towering over the other actors to be in the suit.
I mean, it was, well, I mean, first of all, it could have been anybody, but because the mask, you obviously never saw who was underneath it. But no. And I think they had an actor, if I remember one documentary correctly, they had an actor who did all the lines, and when they measured up the lines, his voice and Darth Vader's body in post-production, they were like, nah, this is not going to work. So they went and replaced his voice with James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones, right?
So did he get? So he didn't get speaking credit for that. So he couldn't. So if that was the only movie he ever did, he couldn't have got into.
So
the acting
James Earl Jones got acting credit, and he also got acting credits.
A dual acting credit.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I mean, there's a couple of characters like that. And I know it's happened. I know it's happened before. I mean, if you think about it nowadays, it happens a lot with CGI.
Well, that I mean I guess also with like lip singing, like movies that people can't sing.
Our bad to Stygian Stilettos Gamer on YouTube. They were like, "Oh my God, I thought you meant James Earl Jones died."
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was
yeah.
about to lose my
Nah. We would have actually had a whole piece on James Earl
episode.
Jones.
Yeah, we would do the whole episode on the brother.
The part when he was in the bank. Y'all remember that?
Who that?
When James Earl Jones was in the bank when he was a young man. He's like, so let me get this straight.
Oh yeah.
So you saying if I get fired, this woman lose all her job if I marry her?
That's right.
So basically, so what you saying is, let's go, baby. James Earl Jones is like, the state tried to kill us.
Yeah, I just think everybody's talking about the stature and whatnot, but James Earl Jones, I think even in the when did Star Wars come out? 1979.
79.
Oh, that's the year I was born.
Yeah. 79, and then
79 is the year of the CD too. That's when we first started using the CD. Is that right?
Like Laserdisc.
Laserdisc, right? Not
Yeah.
CDs.
So if you pull up an image of James Earl Jones in 1979, James Earl Jones was not gonna get in that bodysuit.
That's what I was saying. I mean, he's too towering. He's probably a big guy.
Yeah. You were being very nice and very kind, but you confused the audience because they really thought you were talking about him being too tall to be Darth Vader, which I don't think is possible.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That literally is what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because he's
No,
like
Darth Vader was a tall character anyway. He was like,
was-
yeah,
6'6".
Darth Vader. Yeah.
See, I don't know nothing.
And then Chewbacca was what, a seven footer. That actor passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Wait, Chewbacca is that Sasquatch, right?
Yeah, he's the Sasquatch.
What happened? Wait.
I mean, that's a fair way. That's a fair way to do it.
Pause. But see, here's the thing, though. Like, I know a lot of Star Wars junkies that would literally jump through this goddamn.
Why? Because I called him
and try to choke Mondale out.
Because
Don't
I
you
called him
call Chewbacca no damn Sasquatch.
Oh, is that bad?
Yeah, bro. I mean, listen, bro. But like,
He's a
you
Wookiee,
described
man. He's a Wookiee.
He's a who?
Wookiee.
He's a Wookiee. Yes! Yeah!
You knew this nigga knew who. Excuse me, my bad, folks. You knew this. You got to know enough about it.
All right. And the actor who played R2D2 passed.
Oh man.
Do all the characters, man. Do all the characters.
Man. You do some good impersonations, man. Mundell, you got to do Kevin Hart for us, man. You got to do Kevin Hart. You got to do Kevin Hart for us.
Man, I would normally do Kevin Hart, but after that boring ass special he put out on Netflix last week, I don't want to be associated with that Bama. Man, that was. Listen, I thought I was a Kevin Hart fan. Oh my god. Okay, listen. Okay, wait. That did you watch it?
That's pretty. No, I haven't seen it yet. Seen it.
Don't waste your time.
Okay.
All right, we didn't talk about it all.
What's that?
David Chappelle, 14 minutes.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. What you think?
Unforgiven.
Should I watch it before we talk about it?
The one where he was on his farm. The one he was on his farm.
The last one when he talked about Netflix stop when he told Netflix stop streaming the Chappelle Show and he told people to boycott the Chappelle Show, not Comedy Central, just them streaming Chappelle Show. Man, watch that 14 minutes and then let me know what you think.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about it tomorrow so I can be informed versus just.
I wonder if we could.
Sometimes I just be saying stuff.
Can we share that on? Can we just share that right now? Can that be the last 14 minutes of the show?
Yeah, man, you talk about getting canceled like.
Oh, it's on Instagram.
Flagged. The whole they put it on Instagram.
He put it on Instagram. He released it on Instagram. It got 7 million views in like one day, bro.
Don't risk it.
Yeah,
all right, just go watch it. Everybody go watch Dave
Chappelle. Yeah.
Go to Dave Chappelle Instagram and watch it. It is And
then people don't like David Chappelle.
I think Dave Chappelle is one of the dopest in the game.
I think he's brilliant, but I think he also he's triggering because he says funny things that are true that just are like typically not dismissed right now from our sort of intersectional society that we are in right now. David Chappelle just refused to intersect.
He does, right?
He just refuses to intersect, and
I think he's very intersectional. I think he just don't allow it to affect his comedy. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
I can see that. Because
when he was talking about like the death of black bodies, like what he said about, he said I do shows with people I know are racist. But I mean, like, it's like
I'm just very careful about certain parts of intersectionality where it will ignore the death of black people, but then like get upset about everything else. Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I consider myself an intersectional person also, and and I believe that people should love who they love, and you should respect everybody. But there's also a conversation about like the sort of I guess the picking and choosing of what to be intersectional about. Right? That like a lot of people forget that brothers can be harassed and targeted.
No. Stop it, Marcus.
Right? And
stop it.
You're super intersectional.
White men, black men are the slave masters of black people.
I don't want to get canceled, so I'm not. But see, that's the problem. Like, that statement itself, like somebody got famous off of just saying we were these people to these people. Man, you know what? We the most targeted people from police officers. Point blank. There's no making that line up. Our lives are on the line almost on a daily basis. So, and I mean, and not to even make it about us. Like, some people will be quiet about black trans people getting killed, right? Like, they'll fight really hard for the LGBTQIA community on everything else except black trans people dying, right? They won't say a word about it.
Right.
Like they literally is not like the top of the list of things when honestly it's one of the top of the list of things. But
right,
intersectionality,
right,
facts,
right, facts.
Yeah, I had a long. I when I was talking to Alicia the other day, my thing is I don't like when I interact with somebody like I if someone is not where I am on the spectrum of like my like the support for LGBTQI folk, I'm gonna do more to bring that person to where I am than I am to cancel that person. Just knowing that there are tons of people who haven't had the interactions I've had with folk. You know what I'm saying? Some folk just live in a space. Just like I know, I know my country folk ain't had. I don't cancel my country folk for some of the stuff they say about my city folk and vice versa. I just like, yo, you need to maybe dig into that a little more and see where it's coming from. I think there's a lot of I think there's a lot of teaching that we need to do, versus just like, now if someone is a repeat offender, that's something completely different. Like if someone is making a conscious decision and they say something to you, and then when you tell them like, hey, that's problematic because of this and this, and they learn from that, I don't think that person need a public dragging. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, and I'm not just talking about like saying, I'm talking about if their actions are bad and then you correct them and you let them know why they're bad. That's something completely different than the dragging or the canceling of folk. Now there's some repeat offenders that need to get missing.
Hey man, listen, I used to be the worst offender. I'm not gonna go talk shit about nobody, right? When intersectionality reared its head into the game, I was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'll be the first one to tell you that. Like, problematic, right? And I mean, to the point where, like, I'd play Trick Daddy in the office. I play MJC.
Wait. You can't play Trick Daddy?
No, you can't play 8-Ball, Space Age Pimpin'.
Why?
Have you listened to the lyrics of Space Age?
Love that.
I love it too. It's ratchet, it's beautiful, but you can't play it in the office, Mondale. I
work virtually.
Yeah. Well, so COVID now is a different ball game, right?
Right, hey, Marcus, back up real quick though. What does your hoodie say?
Oh, yeah.
It says hoodie Marcus.
Yeah.
That boy got a custom polo that says hoodie Marcus. We've upped the game now. It's got to be custom clothing now. All right. I'm not playing with that game though.
I'm not playing with y'all no more, man. Ben, you went to Macy's one time and came back trying to stunt.
I said, I'm not coming in here more than once during this pandemic. Just give me everything.
Yeah, Mondale got views like he working for a major network himself.
I do. It's called clickbaity.
Yeah, I gotta.
That's what's
I gotta stand. I gotta stand up.
News Network. Clickbaity.
I just noticed that. I didn't even notice. Somebody in the audience noticed it, and I put it on the screen. But I didn't know this boy got him a custom ass polo. Where you even get that at? I'll just Google it. Don't worry about it. How to get a custom Lacoste.
I know you figure it out.
I'm gonna get a custom Lacoste.
And it's hey, listen, hold on, pause, done already. So you better come with it.
I better mean what I say. I better have it ordered. I better have it ordered. It's time for me to do a re-up. But I only shop, man. I'm be honest with you. I only shop if you got curbside. If you don't have curbside, bro, I'm not coming in your store to buy nothing. So
we got this thing called the internet.
What's I'm saying? Curbside. Like I will order it online and come pick it up on curbside. But not everybody's doing that. So
you don't want to go to the store, you mean?
I ain't going to nobody's store, bro. I'm not going inside nobody's nothing. I spray the air, but when I opened up the door, bro, when I opened up the front door and somebody has dropped off, like, because they don't wear masks when they come to my front door, and they dropping off something big, they huffing and puffing.
Wait. You mean like the mail delivery service?
Yeah, they don't wear masks when they come and drop off stuff.
You should get a picture of them.
Nah, I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna blow them up like that.
Content talking about next thing you know, Mark is gonna be wearing a mushroom belt because you got to coordinate. You got to. You gotta coordinate, man. R.I.P. Pops.
Yeah.
Oh man.
God.
When was that? What year was that? Like
that was this year, right?
No, the hell it was not 2020.
It was this year or last year. 2020 has been so long. I don't know.
Last year.
Hang on.
When did Pops die, man?
Tell me that was 2020.
And James Avery, man. I watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion.
What's the name of what's James?
Oh, it was October 30th, 2019. So like
okay, it was a year ago. It was like just over a year ago. Yeah. God damn, I would have thought that was 5 years ago.
Hey man, 2020 going by faster than fast as hell, man. It's this.
I don't know. It's been simultaneously fast but slow. Right.
Which is weird.
We missed 3 seasons. Right?
3 seasons of
We've
what?
been locked up since this season last year.
Yes. 3 seasons of life. John Witherspoon. Thank you. Somebody knew I was struggling. John Witherspoon.
Man, that man's name is Pops.
Yeah.
He played the same character on
Everything. Friday.
Everything. I mean, like, literally on House Party, that was the same character. And his wife was different. His wife was actually a different character from House Party.
You know
than
who
she was
I'm
on
gonna be honest
Friday
with
After
you.
Next.
I've been trying to recast, and if nobody else do it, mark my word, if nobody else do it before Benjamin Dixon is done, I am going to do a reboot of Harlem Nights. Now, I hope I could do the reboot of somebody else will go ahead and do the reboot of Harlem Nights right now, because I need them to use what is our girl name, our sister, our mother name, our auntie name from
Delarice?
Blackish. I mean, like, because for years I'm like, who's going to replace?
What's her name? She could
what is
sing
her
super
name?
good.
Yeah, she could sing. She did that song with
She's
Brandy.
talented.
What is her name?
Come on, Trap. Well,
Jennifer. Somebody. We waiting on you, super audience. Bye.
Yes.
Jennifer. Yes.
Yes.
Lewis.
Lewis. Thank you. We knew somebody would do it. Thank you. All right. Jennifer Lewis needs to play the Delarice role. I think she would be the perfect. What is Delarice's role name in Harlem Nights? But I never really thought about it. Like, you got all kind of characters. I know.
Not Monique.
I thought Monique originally. I feel Monique, but Delarice is in that role in Harlem Nights, man. I think Jennifer Lewis. All right, so who do you think? Jennifer Lewis or Monique for the Delarice role in Harlem Nights? What you think, Marcus?
Oh, nah. I think they should make a different character for Monique. I think Monique has to be in it, but I think you hit the nail on the head. Wow. Wait a minute. Pause. Let me back up. Man, Monique is an interesting character to play that character right there.
Monique could kill that too, though.
Monique would kill that role. I think Monique. Yeah.
That shit fucked my head. I was like, she is.
Jennifer. Listen. I think Monique for the culture, but Jennifer Lewis for the soul of that role. Like, she
reminds me, and she also seemed like she could be from that era. So I see what you're saying.
And it's gonna be impossible to replace Red Fox.
It's impossible.
That character that he played in that movie, you can't.
Now, without y'all jumping on my back, I spent a lot of time thinking about this. Right, I still have not found anybody to replace Red Fox, which is true. Who's going to replace? Who's going to replace Richard Pryor?
I think that role should be. I think they need to write him out. I think.
No, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Really? You think he should be written out?
No, I think that.
Sugar gotta go.
No,
so is it a remake or a sequel?
It's a continuation. It shouldn't be a remake. It should be a continuation, right? Because that story, when it ended, don't forget they ended with them moving to another city.
That's
right.
True. That's
right.
True.
So we shouldn't like try to remake something that was just a classic. I hate that
bullshit. No, I can't do your thing.
We shouldn't try to remake something that's a classic. What we should do is a continuation of it, right? And then maybe have Eddie Murphy play the elder statesman this time.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
And then have a younger comedian who can hold his own come in.
Right. A new quick,
right? I mean,
that was gonna be my suggestion. Like, Eddie Murphy would either Eddie Murphy would play Sugar or something else. But I was thinking Eddie Murphy for Sugar. Monique was my original thought for what is the lady name in there? Not Estelle. It's not Estelle, is it? Anyway, we'll come back to it. What is the name? Who would play Sunshine for you? Who would be Sunshine? 2020 Sunshine. Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm not touching this question. That's a trick.
I refused.
No, they put it in the
Tamara Allen would be Sunshine.
They asked in the chat room. The chat room.
Who would be Sunshine?
Who would play Sunshine? We're trying to cast the role.
You
throw it into the air and it comes down like sunshine. It ain't that
simple. Tamara Allen. Tamara Allen for me.
Somebody said Megan Good.
Megan Good would be Sunshine.
Megan Good could be
Sunshine.
She could be.
I mean, because Whoopi
Goldberg.
Megan Good play.
Whoopi Goldberg could be there.
But Megan Good is like super saved now, isn't she? She
but she still plays Ratchet Rose.
Can Whoopi play it?
No.
Well, yeah, Whoopi's just she's just
Whoopi should be Charlie Murphy's character.
I gotta go.
No. I can see your. I can see.
It's a good characterization.
Yeah,
I'm
being serious.
Personality.
Delarice. Good call, Maria.
I don't know if Queen Latifah could pull off the funniness, you think? Can she pull off the funny?
She's a comedian. Hell yeah, she can pull off the funny. She just hasn't done it in a while.
Remember Living Single? She was pretty funny and she's pretty witty in that. And she wrote.
It's a different kind of funny though. There is the Living Single funny, yes, but then there's Harlem Nights funny. It's just two different kind of funnies.
Harlem Nights funny, and I don't even know what it was about that movie to make it such a good funny movie. But every single person in that movie was, and every single scene was fun. Like there wasn't a boring scene whatsoever. When Eddie Murphy came back from the girl's house after he Jasmine Guy's house after he shot him in the head, and the statement he said was, "I killed it." And nigga said, "Oh, you killed it."
He was like, "Oh, you killed it."
Oh, you killed it. Nah. He was like, "No, I killed her." Like that. I mean, that quick scene was hilarious.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, you gotta, like, I don't know that, and actually, you know what, now that I slow down and think about a couple of key episodes of Living Single, it might actually be possible. Queen Latifah might have the timing and the rhythm and the rudeness and the crudeness and the crassness that Della Reese delivered that with. You might be right. Queen Latifah might can handle that smoke. She might can. All right, let's see what else. Let's see what else everybody said in the chat room. You shot me in my pinky toe. Because I can honestly see Queen Latifah delivering that line. Now I got to cut you. Queen Latifah could deliver the shit out of that line.
Donald Trump, I got to hop, but I just want to say this before I do. Donald Trump just said the Department of Justice and the FBI had something to do with the voter fraud.
Jesus Christ. Bro, we and my bad, man, we completely missed. We were just in here talking shit. We could have been done a long time ago. Folks, we're going to call it here, right?
Yeah, we're going to call it.
We're going to call it here. Thank y'all so much. We so quick to
Hoodie Markets.
We finished. Hey, we finished this show and we run. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow.